So, coming off the hot presses of another game from Focus Entertainment, after finishing Vampire, I was looking through my library and I had like a number of games I wanted to play, and apparently I found out that I haven't really touched much on a lot of the Focus Entertainment type games, primarily because I just never had access to them until whatever time I end up buying them or getting them from like Humble Bundle or something like that, or some bundle or on a sale or whatever. But lo and behold, I did get Call of Cthulhu, which is what we're going to be playing today, from another, I think it was like a humble choice at one point, that was given into it. But yeah, welcome to Call of Cthulhu. I am RozaldVaneGAME, and this is going to be another Let's Play series on a horror-esque kind of game. I mean, I finished Ghostwire Tokyo as well, which was like a first-person horror game. Almost like a collectathon kind of style. But this one I feel like is more narrative-based and very much a choose-your-own-adventure style first-person game. Is what I took away from the trailer from when I last saw it. Because I remember watching its announcement back in 2020, 2021. I can't remember exactly when it was. But it was a long time ago that I seen the gameplay, or at least seen the trailers of what this game was about. So anyways, we're going to jump into this. I have no idea. I have no clue what's going on. I always usually try to play games that I usually don't often play because it gives me a good excuse to try it out. So that's here I am today. So let's do it. I have no clue about Call of Cthulhu. I've played a few games with some Lovecraftian style themes or stories in them, but I've never really remembered too much of them because they're always interpreted in a different way. Like I know what was that one game? Shoot, it was on the channel that I played. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but it was another game that was also using Lovecraftian themes and creatures and horrors. There's all the like other stuff that I've played outside of my channel that I've probably had some insight of Lovecraftian stuff, but never really dived deep into it. So I think this game definitely will probably scratch the corners of the things I've never really explored much of. So let's do it. Oh, before we do it, yeah, settings. Graphically, I turned down some things. I left some things up. Epic, obviously. I'm on PC. I'm playing it on, but I wanted to keep it like close to whatever. Oh my god, I didn't realize the limits like all the way up. I'm doing 60 because that's what my monitor supports are. I'm not a big fan of the UI where it just pops up for like confirmation like this. It's kind of weird, but it's how they build it. So I have no clue at all. I don't know about crosshair. Crosshair was off on default, so I'm not sure about that. Music is all the way down low, of course. If you guys may not know, I try to avoid copyright strikes or third-party copyright claims, because I tend to get them sometimes where I'm just like not paying attention, or I just said, hey, you know what, screw it, I love the music and I'm gonna leave it on. Like for the Mirror's Edge series, I did that. I'm playing on keyboard, so that's not gonna matter to me right now. Alright, let's get into it. Empty slot. I am still a little sick, or not sick, but my throat kind of still isn't 100% healed. So I'm doing a lot of recording this weekend, so I'm gonna probably run out of my throat eventually. I might read some things, I might not read some things. This is kind of up in the air, but I'll read this blob here. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, probably our character. Veteran of World War I, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills, which is not a good combination. He is now a private detective who has troubles finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly, or risk losing his license. I didn't think detectives have licenses, though. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who is in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. Sane, hideous end. Okay. That is quite scary and bloody. A shark. Sorry, the shark just throws me off. I don't know why. Oh, now we're in the game. game saved. So is this like a one-time system? Oh god, the crosshair sucks. I thought it was just a simple dot, like in Ghostwire Tokyo, where it's just like a small little dot, but no, it's like this obviously weird circle dot in the middle. I take the dot there because, for me personally, if I want to grab an object or aim at an object that I need to see, sometimes I prefer it that way. I don't know if this game needs it. That's the problem, is that I have no clue. But I'm used to a lot of games having crosshairs, at least, in their games, so that you can aim at the objects you're trying to interact with, I guess. But I don't think this game have any guns or anything like that. I think it's like Amnesia-esque almost, where Dark Descent Amnesia games had like a small little miniature dot, but that's just to help you center like aiming at things, because you pick up items in that game with the mouse clicks and stuff like that. Crouching is a thing. Typical tutorials of an adventure. Honestly, this is my typical run of making a first-person game. I play a lot of first-person games and make a lot of them most of the times. Not because I want to make first-person games, but they're like easier to make because you don't have to worry about the animations of the third-person character as much. Oh, what is this? Counter darkness. You must light up some of the items in order to interact with them. How do you interact? Pick up with the... Yeah, so like that. Like, I don't know if I have to, like, pick up with the crosshair or not. But you get used to using the crosshair because that's how, like, most first-person shooters usually have it. As well. So it's just another thing that just gets me used to it. But you know what's funny? I also had a conversation or heard somebody talk about it. Where motion sickness can play a role in not having a cursor and you're like looking at everything and you get kind of motion sickness if you don't have a crosshair in the middle, because I think it's like the idea that you help center your sights on something and it helps the player to kind of get used to the motion that's being moved, because you don't get to oh, I don't know why left clicking shakes the lamp. Alright, so it's locked, so we need to find a key or something that could break that chain, I guess. Oh, the lamp's making a lot of noise. I don't know. I mean, if it spooks me, it spooks me. If it doesn't, it doesn't. In terms of the scares. I don't know if this game is really pure horror yet, so... It's just a lot of, like, I don't know. We'll see. But I do think I might stop talking a lot more because I'm still... my throat's gonna hurt still, but it's what it is for being where I'm at, for being sick for like a few days here and there. It's not easy to have at it. And also it's dark here because it's rainy outside. Cloudy and rainy, so it's kind of fitting the mood of Call of Cthulhu at the moment. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Do I just head back, I guess? This one's also locked. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure of what I'm missing here. Big fish. Truthfully, I don't feel like these are real fishes to begin with, considering how big their freaking bones are, but I don't know. I'm not a fisherman. So a shark. That's where I came in from, right? Yeah, I don't know what this is. Like, left clicking kind of feels like... Oh, is it to just back away some stuff? Like, it's like Alan Wake style. Show them the light, Alan. I have yet to play Alan Wake 2. I don't know if I'm gonna play it on channel if it ever comes to a point where I can. I'm still thinking about playing it on my own, primarily because I like to experience that game on my own because of how the first game was. Like, I mean, I did play Control for the first time on my channel first, so I mean, I could totally see myself playing Alan Wake 2 on the channel instead, but that's kind of like also hard for me because I don't want to buy it on Epic. Oh, there it is. Why am I blind? I'm not blind, it's just more like I can't even tell Okay, you know what? I'll bolt cut this part first. There's two pathways, it seems. Alright, alright.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Guessing that's Cthulhu. It's talking to me. Alright, let me pop this guy open too. I guess they both go the same way. Just one is like on the other end, right? Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, I guess. That is designed to make me go the same way anyways. Alright. Guessing we're just getting stuck in this weird realm of mystery. Where is what?
What a putrid offering.
You mean the killer whale? That's kind of sad that the killer whale's dead. It's a lot of intestines, though. Ugh. I mean, it's kind of reaching up the same gore levels of Outlast a little bit. Run.
You have been chosen.
Oh, it's not a toggle, it's a hold down run. Oof. Am I running at something? Now the question is, do I have stamina? No, it doesn't look like I have stamina. I'm just like hearing, I want to hear his breath. I wanted to see if I could hear the character's breath.
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Music, I'm not sure about. It seems kind of...
I hate whiskey.
I'm worried. This music. Turn off the music. Turn off the music. Turn off the music. Can I turn off the music? Where's the radio? Where's the radio? Radio. Radio. Shut up. Thank you. Oh. I was worried that I was gonna get copyright music for that, so... I'll pick it up, I guess. I want to examine the room before I leave, but...
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh, there's an actual weird RPG system? Wait, is this game a real RPG? A horror-esque RPG game? No, actually. Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to think, because it's like, I'm working on my side project at the moment. And this is kind of like scratching the itch of what I was trying to build. This is good and research, I guess. Yeah, there's a good point for research in this game. Then this makes me really want to go for it. I mean, it's not the same things that I'm making, but it's like similar in the idea that it's a narrative RPG where you use stats as a way to solve mysteries and solve puzzles and stuff, or that dictate how you converse with someone. I think that's what this is. Wow, okay. Strength. What does strength do? Represents your ability to call on your physical power. Increases your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms. Wow, this exactly feels like what I was building. Lol. This is actually weird because I do have strength in my side project game. I'm not gonna talk much about it on the channel, but I'll probably like give hints on what that would be. But obviously, it may fail, and I'll be like, I give up on my project for whatever reasons, because I just feel like I don't want to pursue it any further. But In game development, I think that this kind of thing usually is interesting to see, where people are like, oh, we're doing it this way. Eloquence, the ability to influence. So this is like a charisma thing, I guess. Convincing and manipulating discussions. Investigations represents your investigating talents. Understand past events by analyzing a crime scene. So this helps me finding stuff easily. So kind of like a perception kind of thing. Psychology represents the human behavior. Improving the skills increases your chance of understanding motivations of a person. And then what's occult? Knowledge of the occult, I guess. Interesting. I wonder how that's gonna play. Medicine's probably healing, I guess. Like how well you heal. I'm wondering if this is like a one-time thing, or if this is gonna continue to get added later on. Like you get more points later on to just add to it, but you won't get that much CPs, character points. That's what CPs are, I guess. Should I go? So I can do either one of these two and that's it, I think. Oh yeah, one of these two and then maybe medicine. Maybe I got one of this and another, like, something that's like 4 points, I guess. This is a tough choice. The possibilities aren't that high. Can you remove points off this? No, you can't. You can't remove the base points, it seems. Which is kind of a shame, I guess. That's the difference between what I'm gonna make as well, I think. My side project is probably gonna allow for players to at least dish out the points. I tend to like games when in an RPG where you get the base scores, but you scratch off the scores because you feel like, okay, that wasn't what I intended to build. But I guess they were building it like this so that because their first time experience requires these stats, which kind of sucks a little bit that they force it on you, that they have to, that you start from this particular way. Unlike Fallout 4 or Skyrim or other typical like first-person action RPGs, they have like specific stats you can just remove and gain off of it, and you can focus all on one instead of like just kind of doing it, allocating it in a weird way. I want to lean towards eloquence because I like the convincing stuff a lot. You usually like convincing people and stuff. So I'll take one. I see. So you can add singular points into each one and then just let it add up on its own. Okay. Now we only got 4 CPs left. This is really tough of a choice, I really think. I'm not going to do any of these two, unfortunately, but I'm probably going to think about doing psychology or occultism. Novice, amateur. You know what? A smooth-talking, smart detective. That's what I'll take. I'll take that. Alright, let's validate it. Yes.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
Oh.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
Wait, I didn't get to...
I'm coming.
Can I check the room out? I never got to check the room because the phone rang. Was like, like it got in my way of trying to investigate my own room. Old man.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
How dare you?
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
No.
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
Wow.
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead.
Oh.
Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
I'm guessing the painting is real.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
Also,
That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
okay. I think that the audio difference between the cutscene and the gameplay scene is terrible. Like, the audio is mixing is so garbage. I'm confused why they did that. That they didn't adjust that accordingly to how... I don't know what exactly. I haven't done a... It's funny enough, I know it's Unreal because literally that's what the logo said when I was walking into this game. In Unreal, there should be controls over how it gets how it feeds into the volume based on the player's options in the game. But I'm kind of fascinated to why they didn't do that. So they basically removed all the other options to investigate my stuff. What the flip? I just literally... Okay, let me see. Can I reload my other checkpoints? No, I can't. Damn it, I wanted to see what the hell the other things were. I didn't get to see... Because when the phone rang, I didn't want to hear incessant ringing. I've always hated that in a lot of games. But... Gosh darn, that sucks. Now I can't even read any of the descriptions of my own office that I missed out on. Because I saw typewriter stuff. I saw some other stuff and they just disappeared because they were like, oh yeah, you can progress the story. Haha, sucks to be you. And I'm like, ugh. Maybe because I turned off the radio and that was the biggest thing that they wanted you to do in order to progress the story, I guess. But that's not a great way of starting the game for me. Alright, anyways. I'm thinking about reloading the game just to see if I can try to get back to that point. Because I can skip forward if I have to. Let me see. What was my last checkpoint? Double checking. I think it's pretty much that guy walking in. Yeah, never mind.
That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Alright, there's also a journal apparently. Investigate the agency. Oh no, investigation agency. Examine painting in Hawkins' file. Pierce. Our character's abilities, I guess. Sanity level. Nightmare. Stable sanity. Okay. Mental trauma. Places. Agency. Okay. Inventory. Lost Babylon. October 7th. I'm guessing 1918, considering how old school most of the things are so far. I mean, they did say he came out of World War One, so that's my assumption that he is, in fact,
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
A shipment label, some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report, it says the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decided on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting, an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, businessman from Island Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with their only son, Simon. Okay. I can rotate this. Not really much to rotate here. Okay. Let's see what the diary says, or what the clues here says. Okay, so that's just the same information we just read. Alright. Let's examine. Oh.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Oh, interesting. Wait, I'm trying to see what the icons are. The icons are a little bit confusing. So we got an unlocked answer. We got something on file that talks about it. And then there's a conversation points and exclamation mark is something that's our next clue, I'm guessing. Let's do the unlocks.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Okay, so we got that answer. Police report.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Oh, I see. My stat allows me to use this clue. Investigation professional.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Mm-hmm.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Okay.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. but it's not like I have a choice. Dark water. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
I feel like the painting is gonna eventually react somehow. Eventually.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Sleeping pills. Doctor prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore that they would put to an end to the nightmares, but for a while now, their effects have been wearing off. Oh, I obtained it. Oh, I can actually use the investigate my stuff now. Or kinda. Not all of it, sadly enough.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not much you can do about... there's not much you can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Strange, but okay. Yeah, now we can investigate our office a bit more, which is nice, finally. I thought we were, like, too late. We couldn't...
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
I was, for a second, thought that it was too late for us. Wait, so it's 1924. Then why does this say 1918 or something like that? Maybe something else, I guess. I won't read the character descriptions. You can pause and read that for now. Oh, this guy's the husband. Ship owner. Oh, this kid is 11 years old. For some reason, I thought he was like 17, like a teenager, or an adult teenager. But yeah, pause and read these. Okay, sorry. I'm just looking at the UIs and trying to figure out what I'm seeing. Excuse me. Okay, cool. Let's check out some stuff, I guess. Continue checking our office. I mean, we are over time, but I'll give myself a few minutes. Let me examine this office a bit more. Nothing there. Medicine. Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. Dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The first volume lists all illnesses known in the civil world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatments. Wait, what? Oh, from here on out, then basically we just get items in the world to gain knowledge on that thing, on the stats. Huh.
I used to be an avid reader.
That's it?
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Lol. I mean, get with the times, bro. The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Well, it's that guy's problem. I don't really think it matters. I'm guessing that's the book we're looking for, but I'm looking at this first.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Is there anything else I can grab a hold of before we move to the actual objective of getting our specific book thingy? Sure, why not? This will affect your destiny? Really? Maybe if you keep drinking it, it's just gonna go crazy, I guess. It makes the things go worse. I don't like that these kind of decisions are like that insane, but I guess that's what they are. I really don't like that.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston, but I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century, but it seems to have been shunned since then.
Atlas of Atlantic Islands, Darkwater Island has been inhabited since in the 14th century and is still rich with many memories left of its lost tribes. But don't let that romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature will still ornates the wall of long abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysteries and tumultuous story of their small land off the coasts of Massachusetts. Okay.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to dark water.
I have a bad feeling this painting's gonna start doing weird stuff when I leave. Alright, that's achievement. The Sarah Hawkins case. Achievement unlocked. We're already in Chapter 2. Wow. Okay, Chapter 1 was super short. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused that fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting on the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set to the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be starting point for Pierce's investigation. Oh, it's like an opening scene. Like the opening cinematic scene, funny enough.
Almost there.
I can barely see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything. I can't even see a landscape to begin with. It's just a bunch of clouds. I can kind of see some sort of silhouette, but it's like very small. Scala.
Stay on board.
Hmm?
There's guys coming to unload.
Oh. So are they unloading me now?
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Yeah, we did kind of zoom in on the site over there where they're having an argument. I'm a little bit torn to see if there's a photo mode in this game, but I don't think there is, and it's gonna suck like heck. I don't think there is. Let me see controls. Because I like to take pictures of sceneries in games, and that's how I usually go about my life in these games. Yeah, there's no scenery. Or there's no photo mode in any way. But anyways, I'm ending it here for now. Thank you guys for watching. I need to take a little break, get a bit more water in my system because my throat's still hurting from being sick. But again, I had to record a lot today, so it's gonna be a long slew. Next episode, we're gonna go and explore this little town of Darkwater. I have no clue what to expect. I'm still just gonna be investigating whatever I can. Do know that I'm gonna try my best to get as much information out of the game as I can. Try to see how I solve it my way, I guess. I don't really know how much, like how expansive the choices are and how minimal the choices are based on like stats or not based on stats and based on items or something like that. Like trying to kind of piece together what we can do and what we can get out of this game. But I'm excited. It's really actually interesting so far. Right off the bat with the RPG systems, the sort of like stat skill system is really interesting. That I'm just kind of curious about and hopefully see if it grows our character or shuts us off based on like stuff we do. So we'll see. Otherwise, that's it for this episode. Roz